Because 50% of the world population are women. But they are not seen in the leadership positions. Even the highly developed nation, America, they still don't want a woman president. They don't want. They say, how can a woman lead? India, we had several. Indira Gandhi, several years she ruled. Now also we have a kind of Gandhi ruling over us. So we have Indira Gandhi and this Gandhi, all these Gandhis. Woman. Bangladesh, woman. Both options are women in Bangladesh. Sri Lanka, Pakistan, woman. Benazir Bhutto. So women and high positions, Pepsi Cola, woman. An Orissa woman. She's leading Pepsi, one of the biggest organization, companies in the world. Or Google. So a South Indian woman, she's on the powerful position. So women are super leaders if they are given an opportunity. In the entire Mahabharata we find great leaders. Pandava themselves are great leaders. Krishna is a super leader. But Panchali, Draupadi was a hyper leader. Hyper leader not in the bad sense. He was a super leader of super leaders. The world is looking for feminine qualities now. Because what we need is a nurturing leadership. Unless you nurture people, you cannot create great organizations. And the nurturing quality is a feminine quality. Because they are biologically programmed to nurture. Male, they don't have that quality. They always think in terms of violence and me and the other. If you don't agree with me, I chop you off. Men are more aggressive. They are driven by testosterone, as they say, the hormone. Women, estrogen, they are nourishing hormones. So they have the tradition of nourishing. That's biologically programmed like that. And those are the qualities we require today. A nurturing, nourishing leaders. So that they can create many, many leaders in the organization. India is still struggling whether women should have 33% reservation. It's a shame that we are still debating on that. And who is stopping it? Whose women are most neglected, uneducated, illiterate? They are the people who are stopping it. It is high time that we pass this law or in the parliament that 33% of state plus parliament should be reserved for women. Till such time, they can really give a run for the money of men, for men. Till such time, they must have this reservation. So Draupadi, I bring up as a super leader. Draupadi, we find the sense of justice. A leader should have the sense of justice. He should stand for justice, whatever may be the cost. So in Draupadi, you find a desire for justice, whatever may be the cost. And other side, we find great compassion and absence of revenge. This is what we find in Draupadi. Now justice, let me say. Draupadi was dragged onto the court of Duryodhana and she was molested and humiliated in the presence of all these people. And Draupadi took a vow at that time because Dushasana dragged her by her loose hair. What a shame upon the conscience of that assembly. Nobody stirred. Bhishma, Drona, Bhima, Arjuna, Nakula, Sahadeva, Dharmaputra, nobody stirred. It was the moment of the greatest humiliation for India. But Draupadi was dragged into it because we have to protect women, their honor. It's very important. When she was dragged and nobody was there to protect her, she was not given justice. Then she took it upon herself that men are not giving me justice. It is me. He took a decision that unless I dip my hand in the hot blood of the Shasana, I will not tie my hair. She took that, earth shaking, and they say there was thunder in the sky. Then she took that decision. And now who will carry out this decision? Of course, when women take a decision, men has to carry them out. They decide what to buy and you have to sweat. Men earns and women spend, as they say. So Draupadi took the decision. Now it is for us to carry it out. Now the war council met. Should we fight or not? Pandavas meet. Krishna was there. All the Pandavas were there. They are discussed and finally they decided. After all, we are used to the forest now. Why should we fight? We will spend our time with rishis, munis, meditation, singing, bhajans and all that. We are used to that. Something like somebody went to an astrologer and asked him, how long will I suffer? I am suffering. How long? So he looked at his kundali and said, you are having Shani Dasha. 20 years you will have to suffer. So he said, only 20 years? After that? Then you will get used to suffering. Understand?